Like everybody else, I just got the news that Kevin O'Connell has become the coach of the year for the 2024 season. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy who was part of a regime that came in here and cleaned a lot of things up. And then they won 13 games, went through a bunch of quarterbacks, handled that adversity beautifully. Now you get to this year with yet another new quarterback, they go out and win 14 games. And you have a bunch of defensive and offensive players with massive stats and key contributors. That has a lot to do with the coaching staff, obviously the personnel, but it starts and stops with the head coach, Kevin O'Connell. Super happy to hear he's been named Coach of the Year.
Let's put the 2024 Vikings season in perspective, shall we? We all know that they won 14 games, but this is how it started. You start with a quarterback that everybody thought was just a cast-off, forever going to be a backup, a career backup, never going to live up to expectations. He has a spectacular season. You have a new running back as well, often injured. He's not going to play very well. He goes over 1,000 yards all-purpose. Then you lose your left tackle halfway through the season, have to trade for a guy. Then you have a left guard who's never started before. He plays well. Then you make a switch up at right guard halfway through the season as well. Oh, and by the way, your super special tight end, he's coming off an injury. He's not even healthy until halfway through the season. Justin Jefferson, another all-world season. Defensively, you have two outside linebackers who made the Pro Bowl, not on the roster last year. An inside linebacker who wasn't on the roster last year as well, becomes one of the biggest key playmakers on this defense and kind of the linchpin to the whole defense. You have to break in two new outside corners. They play pretty well. And on top of all of that, you're breaking in a rookie kicker who had a phenomenal season. So yeah, KOC, he's your Coach of the Year. Well deserved.
KO, congratulations. So glad you could join me on this big weekend for everybody.
Congratulations, Coach O'Connell. You embody everything that is so great about Minnesota Vikings football and all of School Nation. So congratulations. We're excited, and I'm not surprised. The job you did this last season was incredible. And as a Viking fan now, being away from the game for a little while, it's so fun to watch you interact, not only with our fan base, with your team. Just so proud that you're our coach, and congratulations.
Well, I want to take a minute to just congratulate Coach Kevin O'Connell on winning Coach of the Year. And if you take a look at the numbers, you know exactly why. And it's not just about the season. I think it's about his body of work thus far. The fastest Viking coach to 30 wins ever. The first Viking coach to have multiple 13-win seasons, and he did that 2 out of his first 3. And oh, by the way, that puts him in a group with George Seifert as the only other NFL coach in history to have 2 13-win seasons in a 3-year period. Congratulations, Coach, but there's more to come.
Hey, KOC, this is John Randle. I want to say congratulations for being a Coach of the Year. But in my eyes, you're always the Coach of the Year every year. But well-deserved, Coach. Congratulations, and Skol.
Congrats, Kevin O'Connell, on being named NFL Coach of the Year. When you look at the list of names, Andy Reid, Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn, you're talking about 2 coaches that won 15 games this season. But the Minnesota Vikings won 14 games, and nobody expected them to win 14 games. Sam Darnold was a Pro Bowler this season, first ever. Kevin O'Connell completely revamped his career, completely revamped the way he thought, and that was the reason for this. We know this was a team effort from offense to defense, but Kevin O'Connell deserves a lot of credit for getting this team to head in one direction, for getting everybody to be on one accord. And when you think about the number of wins and the way they won, the way they dominated teams, it starts at the top, and that is Kevin O'Connell. Congrats on being NFL Coach of the Year.